We are back with your health, and it's that time of the year when it seems like everyone has the sniffles. Maybe they're losing their voice, and it's not because of a cold that's going around.
Allergy season is in full swing, with many, including me, saying this one feels even worse than the last.
But there is some relief out there, and we are so happy to have Dr. Purvi Parikh here from NYU Langone Health here in New York. Dr. Parikh, I need your help more than ever. And we were just talking during the break. Opening all the windows in my house is letting all this pollen in, and it feels like allergy season is worse than ever. So don't do that, is your lesson for us.
Right, especially in the early morning hours. That's when the pollen counts are the highest, from like 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. So definitely keep your windows closed during those times.
But are the rates of allergies actually worse right now, or is it just our imagination? Is it actually worse than it has been in years past?
Yes, it is, and predominantly because of climate change, global warming. On average, the season is 13 days longer than traditionally it was, because it's starting earlier due to warmer temperatures, and plants are making more pollen because there's more carbon dioxide in the air, which they feed off of.
I was itching my eyes just as we were sitting down to have this conversation. It's been rough. I grew up in a different part of the country, moved to the East Coast, and all of a sudden it hit me here. So what are what's the best advice in terms of what we should have in that medicine cabinet? What is your strategy to combat this?
Right. So the good news is a lot of it is over the counter. So there's nasal sprays that are great, nasal steroid sprays, as well as nasal antihistamine sprays.
You think, is a saline enough, or you're saying it should be something beyond that?
So saline helps, but you usually need medicine beyond that to actually treat the allergies and the inflammation. And then the newer 24-hour antihistamines are much better than something like Benadryl, which wears off quickly and has a lot of side effects. So things like Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra, Xyzal, those will last longer and have less side effects. And then there's also over-the-counter eye drops that are antihistamines as well that help combat those eye symptoms.
Let's talk about nasal sprays, because apparently a lot of folks are doing it wrong. You think it would be easy, but what is it you're supposed to do when you use those nasal sprays?
Right, and it's a common thing people get wrong. So when you have a nasal spray in your hand, it's important that that nozzle is actually pointing away from the inside of your nose, because the middle is where all the blood vessels are, and so that can cause nosebleeds, and it's also not getting where it needs to go. So by pointing that nozzle away, you're
point it toward the outside.
Exactly. And what you can do is use opposite hands for each nostril. So you go spray, 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 and you may even want to tilt your head down a little bit. That way the medicine is getting into your sinuses where it needs to go, rather than straight up or hitting you don't want it to hit the middle of your nose. That can cause nosebleeds.
And if you feel it down the back of your throat, you've done it wrong.
Yes, exactly, because ideally most of the medicine should be going into your nose, into your sinuses, and not dripping down the back of your throat.
They say taste is waste, right?
Exactly. You're wasting the medicine. So tilt down a little bit.
There you go. You have to be ambidextrous.
Opposite, yeah.
Right. Doctor, this helps a lot. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC, or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.